You guys, these are the coolest things. These are the easiest things, and they're so beautiful. And I've dimmed the lights so you can see what they look like after they're finished. All you need to make these, water. Water turns to ice. You know that. 2 cans, okay? The way you want them to fit is like this, with space around the inside can, because that's going to become your wall, your luminary wall, okay? You want something to weigh the inside can down, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. I use those, vase filler things because I have a boatload of them. You can use stones, you can use coins, not that important. You're only using it for weight. You want a little masking tape? I'll show you why. If you plan to put anything in it, you're gonna want one of these just to push it down. Now, you can use anything inside of these that you want. You can go out in your garden and find some, I should do this with berries. Some pretty red berries you could put in it. Anything goes, okay? So, to get started, all you're gonna do is put your cans together, okay? You're gonna take a little water, stand by, and you're simply gonna pour your water in the outside can. Oh, and look, the inside can's floating up. We knew that would happen. Okay. Glug, glug. So this is what you have. You have water in there. You push this in, and we're gonna put some stones to push that down. So, this is where these come handy. You just put those in there. All right. Now, you don't want it to sink all the way to the bottom because, that was one that didn't work. I'll show you. Because you want to get a base. Okay, so you want the inside can to float enough so there's water underneath it so you get a base. If you don't, or if the base breaks, it doesn't matter. You still have this pretty luminary, and you just put a candle in it, put it on a surface, and no one will know. Okay, so we get this in here. And then what we want to do is start filling it with any decorations we want. So let's adjust the camera and I'll show you that. Okay, so we've got our outside can, our inside can, we've got water in there, and a few stones to push it down. Again, you don't want to push it all the way to the bottom, and we will secure this with tape, so it will stop floating around. Now what you want to do is just start putting in your decorations. So cranberries are great. I sliced these in half so they would fit around the edge, and you can just drop cranberries in. Now, remember, cranberries will float. If you want them all floating to the top, great. But if you want to keep them from floating to the top, you can put this, some greens around and push them down. So you can't go wrong with this. There's some rosemary you can put in. You just want to push it in. I like to use this. And weigh that down a little bit. Yeah, and just keep going. So that's all there is to it. Put in anything in there that you want, okay? And then when you're happy with it, you're gonna take some tape and kind of center the middle can, best you can, center the middle can and secure it like that, okay? Again, you want it to rise a little bit because that will ensure that you have some water underneath that will become the base of your luminary. So let it rise a little bit. It can even rise a little higher than that. And then another one across. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that water does rise and expand when it freezes. So you don't want your water all the way to the top of the can. I've got it down there mine's about a ½ an inch down, okay? And that will be perfect. And then all you do is put this in the freezer. That is all. Put it in the freezer overnight, and then I'll show you what you end up with. And then it's gonna come out looking like this, all cold. This is cold. So you might wanna use something to hold it so your fingers don't attach to it. And then you just remove that. You're gonna see ice in there. You can take these out. So now you're probably wondering, okay, so that's great. How do I get the thing out of there? Yeah, well, I'm gonna show you. It's a little tricky, but it's not hard. All right, so I like to get this out. Then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go to your sink and put in some warm hot water in the center can, and then go like this and run some hot warm water around it. And take it slow. Just take it slow, and then you'll start to feel it loosen up. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll show you. So all you're doing is you're just melting it slightly, and watch what happens. It will just start to come out. This was one that Morgan from WABI TV made. We were here doing a segment about these. Oh, Morgan, it came out gorgeous. Look what she did. Can't wait to show her. So you just keep trying to kind of zhuzh this out. And you might have to add a little more water. I think I'm gonna do that. Stand by. Okay, I think we got it. And then it will just lift out. We're getting there. It really doesn't take long for enough of it to melt. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful! And look, that water in there. Oh my gosh, and it smells yummy. Look how pretty that is. Let's put a candle in there. Bam. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Then what I will do with this is I'm gonna stick it right in the freezer because it is starting to melt. So put it right in the freezer for a little while. And again, you can keep these in the freezer for days and weeks. And so you can make a whole bunch of them and then bring them out for your party or your decoration. So I'm gonna go put some of these outside so you can see what they look like outdoors. And I hope you try this. Again, it's so simple. Fun thing to do with your kids. If you do, please leave a comment, leave a photo on social. I wanna see what you make. So thanks for hanging out with me in my cozy My Maine Gardens kitchen.